Welcome back to All Day Live. There is some pushback from some members of the Minneapolis City Council over a proposed $38 million training and wellness complex for first responders. And the goal of this center is to modernize training spaces and also put the city in a better position to respond. But the price tag, though, that is the big sticking point that we're talking about this afternoon. And also for some council members, they've been speaking out about this. So joining me now is council member Soren Stevenson, who is one of the council members raising concerns with this project. Soren, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. I kind of just want to start here by just taking us back a little bit, just a little bit about this project and what it aims to accomplish.
Yeah, so this project is a training and wellness center for primarily Minneapolis police. It's a fine project. It's just not a priority right now, given the amount of spending that has been going on in the last few years and the budget situation that Minneapolis is in. So we're looking at a project that is on our recommended list, but it is A, not at the top, and B, our budget is in really dire straits at this time.
Yeah, now speaking of that, we know that, you have not been on the council for that long in 2025, just a short time. So are you aware of some of maybe the past conversations surrounding this project? And if so, what were you told?
So I know I joined the council just in January. So in the budget that was passed just back in December, this project was proposed and the council decided not to move forward with it. They allocated that money in other places, in particular in traffic calming and ADA upgrades for sidewalks across the city. So in the very, very recent past, the council has already decided that this is not the priority for where we need to have our spending going. And this is just a continuation of that here 3 months later, we still need to be prioritizing things that are going to make our city more vibrant, safer, and increase our tax base.
And when you mention priority, what do you believe is the priority now then?
Well, that's a great question. So we're talking about having a training and wellness center for Minneapolis police at the same time that George Floyd Square has gone uninvested in for now 6 years. We have the old Kmart site, the new Nicolette. That is a place that is going to greatly increase the tax base for Minneapolis, which will take a little bit of the burden off of property tax owners in the city. That's an amazing place where we could put investment in. If you drive down or walk down Lake Street, you'll see there's vacant land where buildings were burned down and they've not been replaced. Those are amazing places to be investing. The city owns land on West Broadway on the north side, and it's at least in one situation, it's a vacant building that has been closed and vacant for many years. That would be an incredible place for us to invest. The fact of the matter is that there are other projects that are in our approved and recommended list that are higher on the list that are not receiving money. These are projects that would truly increase the vibrancy through more homes, more businesses, increase safety by not having vacant lots, and increase the tax base, which is going to be a relief for Minneapolis taxpayers.
Yeah, when you mention, conversations like George Floyd Square, those are conversations that I feel like the city as a whole has been having, for so long. And when we talk about this particular complex of $38 million, is there some sort of compromise you think that council members can have with the mayor's office to maybe deliver something on both sides for goals?
Yeah, certainly. We want safety too. And so something I want to point out in this is that this training center has not actually been shown to improve police response or really improve safety outcomes. It really is a want to have, not a need to have. And so let's have a broader conversation about how we can improve safety in the city. I think if we're going to be investing $40 million, we should be doing that in places that is going to, again, increase the vibrancy in the tax base. And then we can have further discussions about when this want can become a need. But at this time, given our budget situation now and given all the other needs, now is just not the time for this one.
I'm curious, have you heard anything from residents, taxpayers themselves about this?
My community is loud and clear that this is not their priority. The reason I say George Floyd Square first is because I represent 3/4 of George Floyd Square, and my community is waiting for investment in George Floyd Square. My community is also next to that new Nicolette, the old Kmart site. We are waiting for investment there. In that area, a lot of homeless people are spending their nights there. The buildings around, people are worried about people sleeping in their stairwells. But we have an opportunity here to do two birds with one stone. We improve that area, and we also produce more homes so people aren't sleeping outside, they're sleeping inside. This is what my community is telling me about.
And Councilmember, we know that the council is set to take this up tomorrow at the Committee of the Whole. What are we expecting to hear?
That's a great question. I think people should tune in. I think I'll learn a lot from the discussion, but I think what you will hear is you will hear folks like myself laying out the reasons for where this money should be going at this time. We have had very difficult conversations about how we're going to spend our money given Operation Metro Surge. And those conversations are ongoing. And so this is going to layer on top of that. At the same time that we're cutting trauma responses across the city, and that's only a $400,000 ticket, should we be spending $40 million on this training center? Again, this is a want, not a need. It is on the list to be built in the future, and I think that in the meantime, the city should get creative in working with the other training centers that exist in the metro. There are multiple, in order to utilize those for the most pressing issues facing us, while we invest in our city now to rebound our tax base and rebound out of the troubles that we've been facing for the last few years.
All right. Soren Stevenson, Minneapolis City Council member, we appreciate your time.